good, everybody? I wanted to do a reading for tomorrow's eclipse, right? So this is gonna be the overall energy for the eclipse. What is today? March 12th, tomorrow. It's the 13th, right? I don't know. So whether it's tomorrow or the 14th, I don't know, but this is gonna be the energy. I know it's been an emotional time, right? The Pisces, it's gonna be in Pisces, right? So I think it's a blood moon as well. So wow, that's interesting. Medusa protection. Hmm. So maybe this is telling you that don't worry, you're protected, or doesn't hurt to protect yourself, right? Because after all, people do take advantage, right? People that are into nonsense, right? Not nonsense, but I'm saying people that want to do like go to the lower vibrations, right? And do some stuff. They're feeling I don't know, mad at the world, right? And they want to do stuff to people. So you know, that kind of stuff. So let's see. Myth. Medusa is a monster in Greek mythology. Originally a beautiful woman, Medusa was beheaded by tragedy when she was assaulted and then transformed into a serpent-haired monster whose gaze would turn a person into stone. She was later killed and beheaded by Perseus, who was assisted in his quest by various gods. When her head was removed, a Pegasus flew out from her body, symbolic of the birth of beauty. And the image of Medusa's face is popular to wear as a talisman or display for protection and warding off evil. More recently, Medusa has been reclaimed by feminists who see her as a force against the villainization and silencing many victims are subjected to if they dare speak out against abuse and sexual assault. Meaning, you are protected. Drop your shields of resistance, shame, and doubt because it is safe for you to move forward. You have abilities and gifts you do not need to hide. Medusa is watching over you as your fierce protector. Release your fear and allow yourself to focus on the beautiful possibilities that are now opening to you. Wow. And that was crazy because right when I was reading all that about you could let down your shield or something, I felt like a pain in my right shoulder. Who knows? Maybe that's symbolic of like someone letting down their shield, right? After holding it up for so long. Let me look real quick. Spiritual meaning of right. Let me see. It was just a quick wow, maybe whoever is watching this, someone out there is feeling something, bearing the weight of the world on one shoulder. Consider the spiritual meaning of right shoulder pain and how to address it sometimes. Well, it says like bracing for a blow. So maybe she's telling you like there, like you know, like it's okay, right? You got the protection, right? In Chinese meditators understood that either yin or yang. Da-da-da. In general, the right side of the body is yang dominant. It is related to action, decision making, light, and energy. The right side of the body is a can do, go for it side. This can go out of balance in a couple of ways. Okay. So, yeah, you could look it up, whatever, or maybe you already felt that pain. Maybe you've been feeling right shoulder pain. So it could mean that maybe you're putting too much on yourself because that's kind of, it was just a quick, like, boom. So, that's how I saw it, right? Like someone putting down that shield and you've been carrying it so long. It's like, finally time to let it rest because you're being protected anyways, right? So maybe that's the shift in energy that's gonna happen with this eclipse, right? Or is happening already. We've been in its energy already. I think I mentioned, right? It's in the sign of Pisces. It's been emotional. I've gotten waves of feeling it, whether it's collective energy, because I don't really feel like there's any reason I should be at this time. But hey, I felt these different waves. So if I'm feeling it, I know other people are feeling it, right? It's just so make sure you take time to ground yourself and all that good stuff, right? Don't carry the weight of the world because you're being protected. Okay. So any other message for the collective for this eclipse? Lunar eclipse, right? Lunar eclipse. Um, oof. Wow. I love it. Right? Bam. The high priestess, right? The beginning of like, the la sabiduría, right? Knowledge, wisdom, the beginning, right? Patience, have confidence, do you have direction, right? Or discretion, discretion. But it says decision too, so maybe, I guess I didn't say that accidentally, right? Making a decision, meditating, modesty, intuition, mystery, and knowledge of the esoteric. Third eye too, right? And it says yes. And you see the little moon thing right there too, right? I love it. It's the number 2 card as well. And then death came out too, right? So obviously something's ending and something's starting, right? And look at the heart. So um so obviously there was something probably that was not good, right? That maybe you just weren't looking at, that you had to let go, and it's finally time to move, right? Um so it makes perfect sense, right? It's just perfect, right? The end of a cycle, transformation, completion, death and rebirth, you know? It says limpieza, right? So profunda, deep cleansing, right? So maybe if you have access to ceremony, or you need to just go hike up a mountain and sweat it all out, so be it. Man, it's crazy. Just, all right. I feel like they gave me a whole story. So, you know, it's pretty interesting, right? It's pretty interesting the way this story unfolded. But I'll tell you what, I'll read this one and then we'll shuffle again, right? So it says intelligence, right? And control. And it's, the root chakra, Aries. So, we're about to start Aries season. So I think that energy is already present, right? Going into this, it's like like the epitome of a new beginning, right? Right. So you're the high priestess, right? You're protected. You don't have to worry. The death end of a cycle, and then being on that throne, right? Being positive, being powerful in yourself, right? Or maybe this is an energy of someone you're gonna be dealing with, but I feel like this is for the collective, right? I think that this is for the collective. You know, I'm just gonna read the story the way it came out, and then I got hermit mode. So some of you, this is a separate energy, right? I think some of you need to go into hermit mode, right? Some of you need to do this, right? Go into hermit mode, really figure out your path, right? My whole gut's lighting up, so that's what it is, right? The third eye again. Or some of you are coming out of hermit mode, right? It could be that, right? Maybe you just came out of that, right? Because it's about wanting to be alone, having the time to reflect and all that good stuff, right? Being guided internally, and then being, having the light, right? Like the light bulb moment, right? Hmm. And then you got the Two of Cups. So whether that's something that's gonna be very healing, right? So I think after being on this journey, some of you may have already been on this journey, but it's kind of unfolding now. And some of you might barely be beginning, but I think it's gonna be something fast, right? Obviously, Aries energy is kind of fast. So this is being in the high priestess, right? The death of the old, right? Whether you emerge as the emperor, I feel this is more like for because my gut lit up. It's more like you understanding who you are, right? I think that came from time of reflecting. The Two of Cups coming out of that, I think that either you've already met somebody, right? And the caduceus is in the middle, so obviously it's something that's very healing, right? To have energy that's reciprocated. See, and even the 6-9, right? So I know that's the Cancer symbol, but it looks very yin and yang, right? And that's what it was talking about, even with the right shoulder, and it mentioned yin and yang when I read it. The third eye, right? And it says yes. Harmony, love, quality friendship, right? Real feelings, like a twin soul, all that stuff, right? So it's good for business and love, right? And then abundance. So I think this connection is something that could bring a lot of abundance, right? It's pretty interesting. Let me give it a shuffle. Let's see what else wants to come out, cause yeah, cause this card came out too. So I want to know what is the restriction here. I don't know if this is, or did you feel restricted before? I don't get it. What's going on here? So this is one we're gonna clarify. Eight of Swords, Gemini energy, solar plexus, feeling impotent, hands tied, paralyzed with fear. So are some of you paralyzed with fear? Maybe this is a whole different energy, right? Let me see. Who's paralyzed with fear? Is it fear of the unknown or something? Maybe something seems too good to be true. Let's see. No, look, this came out even. See, everything. I don't know why that. Maybe that one just. Hey, this is probably for somebody in particular, right? Or maybe you came out of this energy. Maybe this was the past. That was all about what you came out of. That's why you went into hermit mode and this and that, or that's the cycle that ended, or it has to end. No more feeling like that, right? Impotent, or no more feeling like your hands are tied. Maybe that's the cycle that's ending. But this came out, right? Abundance, hospitality, success, the good things in life, right? Celebration. And again, the 6-9. Very yin and yang, third eye. All right, let me see. I want more clarification with that. Okay, who is this eight of swords for? Is this for the collective or is this somebody else? Because I almost feel like your happiness might, maybe someone wasn't happy about you being happy, right? Oof. So I feel like that's the answer. Because, huh? Hmm. All right, let me ask again. Because now I'm getting confused just by that eight of swords. I don't get what. Okay, clarify the eight of swords because I want to know why. What does it have to do with all these happy cards, right? Even in this case, the death card doesn't seem like let me see. Restriction. What, who's feeling restricted? Gee, wow. Why are there these two people, right? And they're both looking in Aries and Sagittarius. Oh, hmm. Hmm. Two roads. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe there's two roads. Maybe there's just a little confusion over making a choice about something. So that makes sense. Okay, it's not that big of a deal, right? I guess they just wanted to get our attention here, right? Like, or your attention, right? Like, hey, there's something you're kind of feeling, but that's normal, right? Like sometimes, yeah, we can't see everything that's coming, right? You know, and that allows us to go in, right? And there's choices, right? But even this, right? Like this isn't a bad choice, right? It's just like, imagine, look, it looks like they got the world in their hands and they're just looking. Yeah, see, my whole gut lit up when I talked about having the world in your hands, right? And there's a maybe, right? Third eye, maybe. Look at how many third eye cards I got here. This is insane. Wow, one, two, three, four, five. There's just so much to do with like already knowing, right? Hmm. Yeah. It's just choices, right? It's just that I think that's what this is about. Just having choices and thinking like just wanting to not make a, you know, after being in hermit mode and then things like, after being in hermit mode and then all of a sudden if things are moving fast, it could overwhelm anybody, right? So I feel like that's very normal. Enthusiastic, right? That's interesting. So I get it. I get what that's about. That's the only thing is, it's like wanting to understand what's coming, wanting to know what the right choice is, but that's just not how it works, right? That's not how the journey goes. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more, and then I'll pull another deck, and that's it. I don't know, maybe the wisdom of the elders or something. See, any last message for the collective? Oh, hmm. Six of Pentacles, prosperity. So see, things are looking good. It's just whatever. There's probably gonna be a choice you gotta make, and that's fine, right? Generosity, donations, ascension with work, right? And the heart chakra. Maybe someone's gonna be generous with you. So I don't know. My gut's lighting up, so I feel like it's something good. I guess it's just more about the Eight of Swords is just overthinking a situation and then not knowing which way to move. That's it, really. Right? So I don't know. Let's pull. Yeah, see, there was a tug on the shoulder again. Like there's something that don't overwhelm yourself, right? Just put down the shield. I think the universe is gonna kind of help you out. So weird. Yeah. All right, so let's see what the wisdom of the elders has to say. Wisdom of the elders. Wisdom of the elders. Wow. That's interesting that Medusa came out because it's for protection too, right? Cedar is usually used for protection, but I like how it's heart shaped, right? And the color green too, it's for the heart chakra. So cedar, sacred medicine, protection. So protection came out twice. So maybe it doesn't hurt, right? To put some protection around yourself. You need an amulet like that. Like they said, Medusa. I didn't know it was used as an amulet for protection. So just yeah, I don't know, protect your energy. Maybe that's gonna be the choice, right? Maybe people will be in your energy that you don't necessarily want them to be in your energy, and it's gonna cause conflict. So it's okay to have boundaries and all that good stuff. Cedar, sacred medicine, protection. The third sacred medicine of cedar occupies the southern direction of the medicine wheel and possesses some of the strong purifying properties of sage. Cedar is connected to protection and is often utilized in sweat lodge ceremonies as a way of offering a safe space for deep healing and its participants, and even protection for the ceremony itself. It can also be used in combination with other sacred medicines to stimulate clarity and to promote communication with the spirit world and the creator. It has a lush green color that is associated with the heart chakra. And if there are any feelings around heartache for you at this time, cedar will be beneficial to incorporate into your spiritual practice in the form of offerings and through smudging. If physical or spiritual healing is required in your life at this time, harness the power of cedar and invite healing energy into your energetic body and into your life. If you have drawn the Cedar Sacred Medicine card today, this is a reminder that there is power in prayer. And now might be a time to ask others for help or to ask for spirit to intervene. Prayers are always heard and are often answered, but you have to take the first step and ask. If either you or someone you love has been dealing with health issues or emotional stressors connected to heartache, this might be a gentle nudge from spirit to utilize the power of sacred medicine, of sacred cedar medicine, and to trust that healing is possible. So yeah, maybe even for the full moon, right? For the eclipse, you know, you go burn some cedar, drink some cedar tea, right? I have cedar, so I sometimes burn some cedar every day, right? Just to cleanse my energy and obviously for protection as well. So, you know, it's good. I like it, right? It's a good reminder. So for those of you that, you know, yeah, yeah, just I think that's the message, right? It's interesting that I was just thinking that it came out twice, right? So obviously there's emphasis on protection. So, just be careful with the energies during this blood moon. You could burn some cedar before or after and during, either way. And I think that's it. I'll end it there. I'll do another reading tomorrow just to see how everybody's feeling during the eclipse. And thank you for watching. All right. Hope you are all well. Peace.